60 Rare Authentic American Photos of World War II You Must See Part 2.
Subscribe for daily content. Support this channel so it can grow.
Only a small percentage of people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. If you feel like supporting me more, join my Patreon.
1. USS Iowa. BB-61. Crew members attend Mass on the battleship's starboard after deck, at the time of the Marianas Campaign, June 1944. 2. The M4 Sherman. Lucky Legs II. Supported by infantry on Bougainville, one of the Solomon Islands. March 1944. 3. A sailor and his dog at a U.S. Navy salvage depot on Anzio Beachhead, the 15th of April 1944. Note: sandbag bunker, olive drab field uniform, and blue Navy deck jacket. 4. U.S. tanks in Belgium, January 1945. 5. A 75 mm Pack howitzer of the 12th Marines, 3rd Marine Division, in a semi-fortified firing position on Bougainville late in 1943. 6. A U.S. Marine with an M22 flamethrower, lighting a pipe while gallons of gasoline and nitrogen are strapped to his back. Iwo Jima, 1945. 7. Soviet and American pilots posing with a bomb shortly after the opening of the Second Front. Signed, Airfield, Russia, summer 1944. 8. Photo of a Marine raider in training with a stiletto knife and M1911 pistol. Circa 1942-43. The Marine stiletto was used for close quarters combat and patterned after the knife used by British commandos. 9. U.S. Army paratroopers of the 101st Airborne Division drive a captured German Kübelwagen on D-Day at the junction of Rue Holgate and RN13 in Corentin, France, June 6, 1944. 10. Soldier preparing to throw a hand grenade during fighting on Bougainville, Solomon Islands Campaign, 1943. 11. PFC. Alfonso Ortega from Los Angeles, Cal. A member of the 607th Quartermaster Graves Registration Company, has the job of painting white the crosses used in the first American military cemetery at Vierville-sur-Mer, Normandy in France. July 7, 1944. 12. F-6F-3 landing aboard the USS Lexington, flagship of Task Force 58. June 1944. 13. Field Marshal Bernard Montgomery, General Dwight Eisenhower, and General Omar Bradley examining a map on the side of a jeep in Germany just west of the Rhine, the 25th of March 1945. WW2D Base. 14. General William H. Rupertus of the 1st Marine Division, right, with Col. Oliver P. Smith, left, at the Tallassee Airfield, New Britain circa 1944. 15. Rear Admiral Carlton F. Bryant, left, and Captain Charles A. Baker, commanding officer of USS Texas, pose with a German 240 mm dud shell that hit the ship during the bombardment of Battery Hamburg, east of Cherbourg, France. June 25, 1944. 16. An American crew checks their M4 Sherman after landing at Red Beach 2 on Sicily as part of Operation Husky. July 10, 1943. 17. The aftermath of a Japanese kamikaze attack on the USS Randolph, CV-15, on the 11th of March 1945. 18. American soldiers watch the eruption of Mount Vesuvius, 1944. 19. Admiral Ernest J. King presents the Medal of Honor to Commander Bruce McCandless, USN, the 12th of December 1942. 20. Marines of the 2nd Marine Division crawling under enemy fire during Saipan landings, 1944. 21. Marines advance as they creep up on a Japanese pillboxes at Tarawa Atoll, November 1943. 22. 3 Native American code talkers from the 1st Marine Division on their way to Okinawa, March 1945. From left to right, PFC Joe Hosteen Kelwood, Navajo, PFC Floyd Sapati, Comanche, and PFC Alex Williams, Navajo. All 3 men survived the war. Code Talkers served in all 6 Marine divisions. 23. USS LSM, R-197 firing rockets at Okinawa, sometime between the 26th of March to the 16th of June 1945. 24. Flame-throwing Marines of the 5th Division move up the front on Iwo Jima. February 1945. 25. AM-4A3 Sherman tank crew of the 7th Armored Division. Germany, 1945. 26. Lieutenant Colonel William W. Stickney cuts a Thanksgiving cake with a Japanese officer's sword at Guadalcanal whilst Marines of 2 over 1 look on. 27. Col. Amor L. Sims XO of the 7th Marines stands with 2 Guadalcanal Medal of Honor recipients P.S.G.T. John Basilone from 1/7th, right, and 2nd Lieutenant Mitchell Page, Center, from 2/7ths at Mount Martha, Melbourne, May 21, 1943. 28. An American soldier gives cigarettes to a few of the more than 30,000 liberated concentration camp inmates at Dachau on April 29, 1945. GIs had a hard time believing Germans who protested they did not know about the camps. Dachau was just 10 miles from Munich. 29. Soldiers of the 4185th Quartermaster Service Company loading Red Ball Express truck, Liège, Belgium, 1944. 30. The USS Military Attaché in the Baltic States, Major George E. Hutsteiner in Karhumäki, Finland, September 17, 1942. 31. Using an arm twist and hair pull on Captain Ben Winkleman, a former college football coach, U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel François Deliscu demonstrates how to disarm an enemy soldier during training at Fort Meade, Maryland, May 1942. 32. Doris Miller awarded the Navy Cross by Admiral Chester Nimitz for gallantry at Pearl Harbor, the 27th of May 1942. Serving as a mess attendant on the USS West Virginia, Miller tended to his wounded captain and manned a .50 caliber anti-aircraft gun firing until ordered to abandon ship. He was credited with 2 kills. 33. U.S. Army privates Thomas Tully and George Bates inspect a knocked-out Flampanzer 38, a flamethrower variant of the Hetzer, the 13th of January 1945. 34. A U.S. Navy Vought OS-2U Kingfisher heads toward the recovery sled of the battleship USS South Dakota, VB-57, on April 29, 1943. 35. Yeoman 2nd Class Blanche Oswald and Yeoman 3rd Class Betty Martin look out through the armored rear door of a 5/38 twin gun mount on the USS Missouri, VB-63, while visiting the ship in an East Coast port during her shakedown period, August 1944. 36. This King Tiger German tank had run up against building in Stavelot, Belgium, where it was knocked out of action. 30th Infantry Division, the 21st of December 1944. Photo by T.3VC Calvano. 37. Lieutenant Alexander Vracia celebrates shooting down 6 Japanese dive bombers in a single mission on June 19, 1944. During what became known as the Great Marianas Turkey Shoot. Vracia finished the war with 19 kills, making him the 4th highest U.S. naval ace. 38. Soldiers of the U.S. Army 93rd Infantry Division traveling along the Numa Numa Trail, Bougainville, Solomon Islands, the 1st of May 1944. 39. U.S. Army advisor demonstrates using a flamethrower to Chinese Nationalist Army troops, c. 1943–44. 40. A U.S. Marine Corps Stinson Sentinel observation plane flies over the remains Naha, capital of Okinawa, in May 1945. The city was rebuilt after the war and today is home to over 317,000. 41. American soldiers lead an amphibious jeep and other military vehicles through the surf at Cape Gloucester, New Britain Island, Papua, New Guinea, December 1943. 42. The strain and fatigue of 23 days on the line is shown by Marines of Combat Team, C-2/7 U.S. Marines, 1st Marine Division, seen here displaying Japanese battle flags captured during the Battle of Cape Gloucester. the 14th to the 15th of January 1944. 43. 2 Marines from the 4th Marine Regiment at Corregidor, circa 1941–42. 44. U.S. Army Air Force Tuskegee Airman Lieutenant Howard A. Wooten, circa December 1944. 45. U.S. Army WAC Major Charity E. Adams and Captain Abby N. Campbell inspecting WAC members of the 6888th Central Postal Directory Battalion, England, United Kingdom, the 15th of February 1945. 46. Can someone help me date this? I was sent this earlier, and the belt looks similar to the paratrooper uniform, but the rank insignia is on the wrong side. 47. General George Patton acknowledges the cheers of thousands during a parade through downtown Los Angeles on June 9, 1945. Patton returned to Germany and controversy, as he advocated for the employment of ex-Nazis in administrative positions in Bavaria. This resulted in his being relieved of command. 48. American howitzers shell German forces retreating near Corentin, France. July 11, 1944. 49. UK. The 12th of April 1943. USAAF anti-aircraft troops man a water-cooled .50 cal machine gun. 50. Japanese Type 95 Ha-Go light tank knocked out by soldiers of the U.S. 32nd Infantry Division. Leyte, 1944. 51. Corporal Peter P. Zakarko of the 1st Marine Division stands with a captured Japanese 141 mm mortar and shell. Peleliu, September 1944. The Japanese effectively used these mortars against the Marines on the landing beaches and as the Marines proceeded inland. The mortars had a range of up to 2.5 miles. 52. General MacArthur riding in Jeep on Leyte 1944. 53. African American Seabees with Marines of the 7th Regiment, 1st Marine Division on Peleliu, September, 1944. The Seabees served as stretcher bearers for evacuating wounded Marines from the battlefield. 54. 384th BG, 546th BS aircrew with B-17G 44-8541 inches Buckeye Bell. 55. German Army soldiers surrender to troops of the U.S. 22nd and 39th Infantry Regiment, near Quineval, Utah Beach, France, 9 June 1944. 56. An infantry-supported M18 Hellcat of the 705th Tank Destroyer Battalion in the streets of Brest, France. September 1944. 57. American demolition man preparing explosives to blow up wrecked tank after the Battle of El Ghouter, 1943. 58. American troops with Belgian children. Battle of the Bulge, 1944–45. 59. USS Pennsylvania, BB-38, pumping out water over her quarterdeck, after being torpedoed in Buckner Bay, Okinawa, on 12 August 1945. Note horses lead out through her after 14 guns. 60. Rear Admiral Clifton A.F. Sprague aboard USS Fanshawe Bay, CVE-70, off Okinawa in April 1945.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a comment, like and subscribe. Support the channel so I can bring you more content. Thank you again.